Hi, my name is John Ming, and in this video we'll be going through some drilling basics. Now in drilling there are two main purposes. One is to drill holes in things and the other is to drive screws. So there are many types of drills to achieve those two purposes. So here we have a few. We've got the basic multi-purpose hammer drills. Some are cordless, some are corded. Of course this one's more convenient. But basically the multi-purpose hammer drills has two purposes. One is normal drilling and one is drilling with a hammer action. The hammer action is more of if you want to drill into concrete so that you can hang your picture frame or for more concreting work. Okay? So all drills, they have a chuck which allows you to change your drill bits for different purposes. So let's say I'm using the more common ones that you may have at home. They usually come with a key. So if you want to change the drill bit on a key chuck, you just look for the little holes, put your key in there, open it, change the drill bit, put it back, and secure tightly. And always remember, put your key back to where it came from. If it is a if it is a keyless chuck, you can actually just use your hands, open it, and replace your drill bit. Okay, other than that, other types of drills, we have the impact driver, which is meant for driving screws mostly. And also we have the rotary hammer drill. This one has many modes for more demolition work, more heavy duty work. Okay, next we're going to go into the different types of drill bits there are. So if you want to make holes, the different types of drill bits, these are the most common ones. There are some for steel. You can also use this for plastic. There's a drill bit type for wood. It usually has a sharper tip. And then the final one is this one for concrete. For concrete bits, they usually have a bigger head at the tip. That's for like hitting the wall. So why don't we start with drilling holes? Okay, so here I've got a wood drill bit. It's much smaller than this one, so it's much easier. The first thing you want to do when you're drilling holes is to make sure that your posture is comfortable and secure. So if you're drilling a wall, you don't want to be drilling too far away or from the side like that. You always want to be in front of your workpiece, whether it's from the side or your workpiece on the table, you want to be here. Okay, but always make sure that you're comfortable and secure. Okay, the next thing you want to know is that your drill is perpendicular to your workpiece. If it's the wall, you don't want to be drilling this way. Because if you do it that way, your drill bit might break or your hole might not be straight in. Okay? Before you do any work, the main thing you want to do is wear your safety. Now, if you're drilling into steel or metals or plastics, there may be little shards flying around, so always have your glasses ready. Also, if you're drilling timber, it might get pretty dangerous where there's a lot of dust or wood chips flying out. Okay, so these are really important. Okay, so let's start drilling. The first thing you want to do is place your drill bit at the point you want to drill, and you can go slow. Don't rush. Just go slow. Okay, you always want to put a little bit of pressure, and now when you've got a guided hole, now is where you can start to put all your force in and go faster. Okay, once you're done, don't pull out the drill. You wanna trigger it so that it's easier to pull out like this. Okay, so that's it for drilling holes. Next thing you want to do is driving screws. So for driving screws, there are different types of screws. There are little small ones. This is called Phillips head with the little cross here. There are much bigger screws for heavy duty work. But also for all these type of screws, you want to know that there may be different types of heads. So in this tip, it's got a sharp head. This one's got a diamond head. Now the reason is for different materials, you got to use the the suitable screw. So for the sharp tip, it's always for timber, and for the one with the diamond head, it's more of plastics or metal. Okay, so let's say I want to drive this Phillips screw into this workpiece. First thing I want to do is make sure I have the correct drill bit. Now this is not the correct drill bit. We need something that can fasten this screw, which are these. So now this has a cross, so it's definitely suitable for this one, for this Phillips screw. And for the hex head screws, you'll use a hex head drill bit. It's got a little hexagonal groove there. Okay, so like I said just now, for the keyless chuck, you just want to unscrew it with your hand, change your drill bit, tighten it securely. Okay. Now you have two pieces that you want to. Now you have two things that you're working with. One is your screw, and one is your drill. So you just want to make sure that in anything you do, you are safe and also you are comfortable. So the first thing, of course, again, is wearing your glasses. And the next thing is your posture. So when you're driving a screw, it's a little different from drilling holes, where the screw, it can actually move around. And if your drill is not directly perpendicular to your workpiece, while you're drilling, the screw might maybe trip or fly out or something. So you always want to make sure that your posture is ready to drive the screw all the way in. Okay? So now again, next thing you want to take note of is the direction of your drilling. There is a there's a clockwise motion, then there's a counterclockwise. The purpose is whether you're drilling in or out. It's just like a drinking bottle cap. So if you're drilling in, you always want to make sure it's clockwise. So you just look at the arrow over here, and that's what you want to press all the way in. Okay, so again, posture and safety. Now when you're driving in, just make sure your drill is always perpendicular to your workpiece, or if you're driving into the wall, make sure it's straight in this way. Now for fastening, you want to put in a little bit more pressure and you want to go slower, because there's a tendency of the head of the screw stripping. So you want to start very slow, and then when you're confident, you want to go faster. Okay, when I think that I'm confident in going right in, I can speed up and put more pressure. Okay, there may be times where you need to drive bigger screws for more heavy duty work. So let's try this one now. So as usual, you just want to make sure that you have the correct drill bit, and obviously this is not the correct one. So I'm going to change to the hex head drill bit. Okay. Now this one's a lot tougher, so you actually need to put a lot more pressure, and you've got to really be aware of your posture. So again, you want to go slow. Okay, and you hear that sound, you're actually deep enough, then you can go a little bit faster. Oh man, so now you see that this screw is pretty big and it's really tough. So that's why there are actually other types of drills which are more suitable for this. So now we can use the impact driver. So this is used for fastening. It can't drill holes, but it's got a lot more power for fastening. Okay, so just again make sure you got the correct drill bit. I've got a hex head here. And just note that this one has the mechanics inside the drill is a little bit different. What you'll hear is it's a lot of a Gatling noise. And what that is that the drill is sending an impact motion in a circular way so that it can drive the screw with more power. Okay, you also always want to make sure that you drill all the way in, and of course, if you want a nice finishing, just make sure that the head of your screw is flat. But some screws, it may have a protruding head. What you want to do is make sure that the head doesn't plunge too deep into the wood. If not, then the screw might strip or break or something. Yeah, so that's about it for drilling. Now one last thing, safety. Safety is really important when you're handling power tools. So just a little recap, always make sure you have your safety glasses. For example, again, when you're drilling metal or plastics, there are shards that can fly which are really dangerous. So these glasses can help protect your eyes. Also, if it's very dusty when you're drilling, smoke may come out or wood chips may fly out. So you could also wear your dust mask. Other than that, let's say you're handling a corded drill and you want to pass it to your friend. Never pass it by the wire or swing it. Always pass it comfortably. For example, if you're up on a roof and you're shouting out like, "Hey, here's the drill." Try not to lower it by the wire. Maybe you want to climb down the ladder or reach out, pass it to him so that he can grab onto it safely. Also, when you are changing drill bits by a corded drill, you always want to make sure that the power is off. If not, you can accidentally press the trigger and the chuck might go running. Okay. Also, lastly, always use two hands when you're handling the drill, because there may be a tendency where the drill may turn by itself because the screw is stuck or the material is really tough. So that might hurt your wrist, or you might let go of the drill. So if your drill has a second handle, use that. It's really useful. Okay. So that's about it for drilling. Thank you so much for watching, and hope to see you over here for part 2.